Thank you very much, Mbada. And it's a pleasure to be on the radio today this morning to tell you what we're doing at Lifelong Health UK. And just in brief, Mbada, Lifelong Health UK, we are doing a public health awareness campaign to educate and to improve the health of the British public. Now, we are focusing more on a proactive approach than a reactive approach. What I mean about that is you find that nowadays the health alternatives which are there focuses mainly on the after effects of the problem, right? And what we're doing at Lifelong Health UK, we are actually looking at the root cause of the problem rather than waiting for the problem to occur, then try to deal with the situation thereafter, okay? So we are focusing on the root cause for the many lifestyle-threatening health concerns which are on the increase in today's society. I'm talking of things like obesity. I'm talking of diabetes, heart diseases, cardiovascular diseases, and also on the top of the list, obesity, which I'm going to answer after a short while when we tackle each condition which people are suffering. It'll be quite exciting and it's very interesting with the findings that we have had, and we want everybody to live an enjoyable and a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you, Simba, for that wonderful introduction.
Thank you.
And talking about food, the food industry is one of the heavily regulated industries. Can you tell us a bit more about that, please?
Well, Mbada, if you look in the food industry now, you said it right, is one of the heavily regulated industries today. If you take, for instance, in the farming, okay, take, for instance, the organic farms, there are inspectors who go to inspect the quality of the soil to make sure they can grow the crops organically, okay? Now, when they harvest the crop after, harvest, when they harvest the crop, you find the storage facilities are also regulated, okay? Mbada, back home in Africa, in Zimbabwe, yeah.
I remember very well.
Yeah, we have our own storage facilities where, we store our foods. But now you find here in England, the storage facilities are heavily regulated, where you store that food. Now, coming to the transportation side of it, you don't just go with a truck and say, you know what, I'm going to take this food from the farm and take it to the shops, to Sainsbury, to Tesco, to Asda, name any shop out there, okay? You need to have a regulated truck which meets the regulation standards, okay? Now, when the food gets to the shops, amazingly, there are inspectors who are actually going to inspect the quality of the food as well as its shelf life, okay? And you find on top of that, you find the last inspector to this is yourself, Mbada, when you go shopping with your family.
It's true.
When you do the selection and touching food and saying, yeah, this is good food, I'm going to take this one for my family. Yeah.
True.
And, you take the food in the basket, yeah, and when you take it to the till, you pay for it. The moment when the food, when you leave the shop, okay, that's where the regulation process stops, okay, when you leave the shop floor. So from the farm, going all the way to the shop, and at the point when you buy the food, when you leave the shop, that regulation process stops there. What you do with that food, Mbada, is entirely up to you.
Thank you, yeah.
Okay, so where we come in, Mbada, is when the food leaves the shop floor, okay, which I'm going to expand more after you play your song.
Okay, the song which is coming up now is mellow mood one, Burn Vampire.
When the youth them a rise from the ghetto, burn them down. Hey, burn down the vampire, shine them down. Them can't educate us, burn them down. Who first we go hustling? When we people are go rise from the ghetto. Get in touch. Woman, you say you washed all the dirty clothes and be giving in. Get in touch. Did we taking off up them lost from the morning to the evening? Get in touch. If I do love so much, I won't let them wreck the world where I'm living in. Get in touch. Woman, we have to march. Love is where we are, is with everything. So we get up in the morning, in the middle of the focus. Who are we are rising? Who are we are fall? Beyond the things them no one to learn. Righteousness it guides so. Burn them down. Hey, burn down the vampire, shine them down. Them can't educate us, burn them down. Who need figure hustling? When the youth them will rise from the ghetto, burn them down. Hey, burn down the vampire, shine them down. Them can't educate us, burn them down. Who first figure hustling? When we people are go rise from the ghetto. Hey, love yourself, man, if you have a plan. And I build up my road with no knife and no gun. Powerless, them no have no food for yam.
Now, why the regulation is there and what it is that they're trying to protect, Mbada? It is the integrity, what can I say? The nutrition that is in the food. Okay, that when the food gets to the shop, it has to be at the shop at its highest peak. Okay, it being nutritious, if I'll say. Okay, so that is why they are, putting all these regulations, trying to preserve the nutritional value of the food. Okay, now, funny enough, you'll find that this is the most neglected part in the food chain, the nutrition aspect. Now, when you go to your shop, Mbada, buy the food, for instance, you buy your fruits or whatever food you buy from the shop, okay, you believe the food is very nutritious, so we buy the food. If I were to take the nutrition aspect out of the food, yeah, will that food be something you want to buy with no nutrition in it?
Not at all.
Not at all, yeah. So you find that that is what we are trying to preserve in the food, is the nutrition in the food. So you find that there are three main reasons why we eat food, okay? First, the food has to taste nice, yeah? And secondly, the food we eat for energy. And thirdly, we eat food for nourishment, okay?
True.
That's why we're eating food, so that it will be an opportunity to nourish our bodies. Now, you find when they protect the food from the farm to the shop, the food should be in its highest quality. Now, what I said earlier, when the food leaves the shop floor, okay, it's entirely up to you, Mbada, to do what you want on that. Okay, now we'll talk and explain more on that a few seconds after when you want to play your song. What happens when the food gets to the kitchen?
Okay, now we change the hour.
106.6.
Great radio for the community, from the community.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Broadcasting live from the heart of North Manchester.
106.6.
TBH Events present the Great Voices of Soul, featuring live in concert the Grammy Award-winning Patti LaBelle. Friday 13th of November, the Mother of Soul, Patti LaBelle, live at the Manchester Apollo with The Whispers.
Now we're gonna talk more about this food situation. We are still moving on. It's gonna be good quality. So what happens when the food leaves the shop when we take the food home?
Well, that's an interesting one, Bada. When the food leaves the shop, when you take it home, okay? Now, we tend to do whatever we want with that food, okay? And we are happy. We got the food, the fresh food that we need. We're going to prepare a nice dish for the family or whatever that we're going to do when you get home, okay? Now, when the food gets home, you find that experts say that the food loses that nutritional value, Bada. They've been protecting all the way from the farm, getting to the shops. You find a lot of it, they say on average of 85%, if not 100%, of that nutritional value in that food is lost.
Wow.
Yes, it's lost. And we are not aware about this. And this is because of the things that we do to food, the things we add to food, the things we take away from food during our food preparation and cooking methods.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to hear that, but I'm just sorry. I thought I was cooking so nice, but you're telling me that when I'm cooking, I'm not doing the correct thing.
Well, everyone says exactly the same, Mbada. Everyone thinks they are preparing the food in the best that they can, which I understand that. I remember when I visited back home, I spoke to my mom about this, and I said I wanted to cook for her and show her how we should prepare food. And my mother was like, "My son, I've been cooking for your father all these years, and I've been cooking for you. And you want to teach me how to cook?" It was a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, and just to make sure that our listeners know that Simba is talking about Zimbabwe in his rural area there.
Oh, yes. So now, when the food gets home, you find that our food preparation methods, our cooking methods, due to our traditional way of cooking, we lose that 85%, of which what I'll do, I will answer and share with you where that 85% is being lost and how we're losing all that nutritional value in the food.
It is a lot of nutrition lost in our food. So how should we prepare the food?
Well, what it is, Mbada, how we have to prepare food comes with a lot of education into it, because we are trying to change the traditional way of preparing and cooking food, introducing what we call the latest in food preparation and cooking methods. Okay, now you find that we need to preserve that nutrition which has been lost. You know, as I said, gave you the figures, and you find all these figures are from the Food Science Department at Wisconsin Food Science Department at Hazardton Laboratory. So you find all these things are backed up. People are like, wow, that's a lot of nutrition being lost in the food. So as a result, when you pay for your food, maybe you buy the food for £5, okay, and you lose 85% of the value on average, right? So at the end of the day, that food is worth 15%.
That sounds crazy.
So you find everything is being lost. So where is that nutrition going? Where are we losing the nutrition? So now what I'd like to say is, for us to know how to preserve that nutrition, first and foremost, we need to know where is that nutrition being stored in the food. Now, I'll take you a little trip. Take, for instance, anything which is grown in the ground, things like potatoes, carrots, parsnips, sweet potatoes, name it, anything which grows in the ground, which we don't see with our eyes, stores nutrition just under the skin. Okay, so you find that most people assume that the skin is the most nutritious part in the food, but it's just under the skin, Mbada. That's where most of the nutrition is. You can even do an experiment in your house. Just take a potato, slice it in half. Okay.
Yeah.
And you slice again another small ring, okay? Or look in the where you have sliced it, you find just under the skin, there's a dark ring that goes uniformly around.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So that is your nutrition, okay? And anything which is grown above the ground is those nutrition in the core, in the center. You know the heartbeat of the cabbage in Bada?
Okay, yeah, definitely. That's the most nutritious one.
Yeah, that's the most nutritious one. You said it right. But normally, what we normally do with it?
Throw it away.
We throw it away in the bin. So you find the heartbeat of the cabbage is where they extract the properties to make pepsin if you have indigestion problems or IBS. Okay.
Oh.
So those are the two tips that I give you. Anything which is grown in the soil, okay, is those nutrition just under the skin. Anything which is grown above the ground, which we see with our naked eyes, including fruits, apples, there's still nutrition in the core. Okay, you know when you're eating your apple, we tend to eat right round. When you get to the core where the seeds are, we then chuck that bit in the bin, isn't it?
Yes, it's true.
That's where most of the nutrition are. So the easiest way to do it, just cut the apple into 4, and just pluck out the seeds and then eat to the core. You are maximizing, you are maximizing in the retention of the nutrition in that. Okay, so the first enemy to nutrition is peeling.
It's true.
Yeah. So anything which is grown under the soil, don't peel it. Just wash it with the food brush or any, usually the early days I used to use, the dishwasher sponge, the green bit. I used to wash the soil away, just wash with warm water all the potatoes and all the carrots and just wash it. Okay, then by so doing, you are actually preserving the nutrition. Then I'll also answer the next bit on the next session.
Okay, thank you, Simba. Very good information. And I also want to add that you can text to this studio as well. And the number is 0775 708 3438. 0775 708 3438. Please send us text messages so we know what we are doing here. And the next song coming up is Mad Mike, Missing You.
I've been asking the odds, I've been asking about love on both sides, above the clouds, writing these parts, babe, try your tears and eyes, try your tears and eyes, yeah, 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 whoa. I am missing you, baby. Missing you, baby. We have to be patient every day. Celebrate our love. Wait for good times in these crazy times. That's what I know, babe. Love you. I am missing you, baby. I'm missing you. I'm missing you. I am missing you, baby. I'm missing you. I'm missing you. I am missing you, baby. I'm missing you. I'm missing you. I am missing you, baby. I'm missing you. I am.
That is very interesting what you have been telling us, yeah? So we peel the potatoes, we microwave them or boil them. What do you say about that, Simba?
Well, that is the traditional way, the normal way we prepare the food, Mbada, okay? Like I said, when we peel the potatoes, anything which is grown under the soil, we're losing a lot of nutrition from it, okay? True. Now, we don't have to peel the potatoes, okay? Now, you mentioned boiling, okay? Now, these things are called the enemies to nutrition. To the listeners who are listening, I think this is time they should take a pen and a paper where they should be taking down notes. Yeah, because what I'm going to say now, it will be mind-blowing, and people need to get this right, okay? Now, you find that when you peel the potatoes, peeling is number one enemy to nutrition, okay? We then tend to put the potatoes in a bowl full of water because we don't want the potatoes to go brown, to change color, because we know that oxidation, takes away the nutrition and it changes color to brown. Just like when you bite an apple, you leave it on the table, it changes color to brown. Yes, it changes to brown. So water is an enemy to nutrition. You'll find that water is an enemy to nutrition in that all the vitamins and minerals are water soluble. Okay, it leaches the nutrition away from the food, from our vegetables. Okay, water is good for drinking. It's not good for cooking either. Okay, it's good for washing, like I said, the potato before you peel it. But after that, you don't have to use water because you'll be actually rinsing the goodness away from the food. And taking from my mother, what she used to do, she used to first cut the spinach. Right? When she catches the spinach, she boils water, then she puts in a bowl and she tries to clean it that way, and you find the water is so green going through the drain in the sink. So you find that we're losing a lot of nutrition that way. Okay. So going back to square one, you don't peel the potatoes. Okay. Number two, you mentioned boiling. Water is an enemy to nutrition. It's good for drinking, but it's not good for cooking. Okay. Now, what listeners need to take note of is that nutrition is largely destroyed at 90 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, when we're using high heat blasting the food, we are actually destroying most of the nutrition away from our food. Okay. And when we boil the food, we are actually destroying the food. Right? If you think about it, Bada, yeah, is when you, if you want to sterilize baby bottles, yeah, you would boil them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, somehow, yeah. Just boil water and stick them down in the boiled water. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
and you sterilize it that way. Now then, if boiling has been used for generations for sterilization, so what do you think happens to the food if you're boiling it?
Yeah, as you said, I'm listening to your lecture. You say that we are losing nutrition because we are like destroying nutrition through boiling it.
Absolutely. Now, so we have peeling as an NMT nutrition. We have water as an NMT nutrition, and boiling as well using high heat. Okay, and the next step to that is the use of steaming. Now you find that steaming is now used as well as a form of sterilization. We have companies using the power of steam for sterilizing anything. Okay, we have actually companies, the X5, they're using this power of steam to clean the carpets, to clean your bathrooms using the power of steam. Oh yeah, use power of steam. Yeah, you know. Now, so if steaming is being used in the industry for sterilization or for cleaning, so what happens to your food if it's in the steamer?
Obviously, it's killed.
Nutrition has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Now, the evidence to that is that you find in the base of the water, in the steamer, it changes color. If you're doing your greens, what color does it change to in the water?
Obviously green.
It goes green, right? So you find experts say if you lose the color of your vegetables, you lose your vitamins.
Okay.
If you lose the taste, you lose your nutrition.
So we are supposed to drink it then, that water which is collected down in the pot?
Well, it's just colored water, if I was saying Mbada. Yeah, that's a good question, yeah? It's just colored water. There's no nutrition value left
Even
in
if
there.
it's green?
Even if it's green,
Oh, so you mean it's destroyed
It's
on
destroyed,
the way?
absolutely. So you find nutrition is largely destroyed at 90 degrees Celsius, and steam operates at 102 degrees Celsius plus. Right, so everything has been leached. It's wet heat. It soaks the food. It leaches all the goodness away, and everything just gone. It's just gone. So what I'll do, I would talk on the issues of microwaves after your next song.
Okay. So next song coming up is a Bob Marley cover, "Could You Be Loved," and it's an a cappella.
Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved? Oh, now and be loved. Don't let them fool ya. Or even try to school ya. Oh no. Ooh. We've got the mind of our own, so go to hell if what you're thinking is not right. Love will never leave us alone. In the darkness there must come out a light. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved? Oh, now and be loved.
The road of life is rocky, and you may stumble too. So why you point your finger? Someone else is judging you. Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved?
Don't let them change you. Or even rearrange you. Oh no. Get up, get up, get up, get up. We've got a life to live. survive, stay alive. Oh, could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved? Oh, now and be loved. Say something, reggae, reggae. Say something, rockers, rockers. Say something, reggae, reggae. Say something, rockers, rockers.
Could you be loved?
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 Could you be loved? Could you be loved?
I really like what Simba is telling us. He's telling us how to preserve the nutrition in our food, and we have been so brainwashed just to follow some kind of fashion to think that we're eating healthy food, but there are many more things we need to learn from Simba's. He talked about that we destroy the nutrition in a steamer, but now I have the question, what is happening with the nutrition when we stick it in the microwave?
That's a very good question, Mbada. Now, we are living in a society where time is a scarce resource, and you find the microwave is there to save us time. And it's amazing what I'm going to say, and it's really shocking. If there's anything that destroys nutrition from food more than the microwave, there's nothing that I can think of that I can tell you, Mbada. Because,
Wow.
yeah, if you look at the product name, micro means tiny.
Yeah,
Waves, right?
it's true.
Now, what the microwave does is the vibration of molecules at 2.5 billion times per second.
Wow.
So we tend to eat food using our eyes. You put it in the microwave, you're like, yeah, I'm eating food. I'm getting warm up my food, my soup, yeah? And we tend to leave the microwaves on high, right?
Yeah.
There's no house you can walk to, the microwave is on low.
Definitely not. Yeah.
You know, so you find when it's on high, it's cooking at 1,800 watts. Yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
And
Full, yeah.
and you find on low heat, it's cooking at 400 watts, and you know a watt is more than a degree Celsius. Okay. So bear in mind what I said earlier, that nutrition is largely destroyed at 90 degrees Celsius. So you are exposing food more than 200 times at 1,800 watts.
Oh.
So you put the food in the microwave and you go for 1 minute, yeah? And all the food value is lost, because what happens in the microwave, it changes the food molecular structure. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, when you eat that food, your mind, your eyes register, oh, it's food in the plate. But we forget that we digest with our stomach.
It's true.
Yeah, your food is, when it gets in the stomach, your body will recognize that as a bug, as an intruder in your system.
Yeah.
And what does your body do? It then sends the white cells to protect yourself from the intruder, which the body will interpret that as a bug.
Yeah.
Now, they did this test and they found that people eat food from the microwave, they had more white blood cells active in their system because your body is now in a defensive mode.
Okay.
Right? So you find then, someone said, if the body could speak, your stomach, when you get to the microwave, it will be telling its members to say, guys, let's get ready for the war. Here comes that war again. Right? Yeah. So all the nutrition is lost, in the food used in the microwave.
And do you mean all, but most of it, maybe?
When I say all, I say all.
Oh.
I know they say you have to be very careful what you say,
yeah?
I say all, not even a bit is left,
Oh.
All is destroyed, in that 1 minute. You can even do a test, Mbada.
Okay.
Right? You can go to a flower shop and buy 2 flowers of the same type. And when you wake up in the morning, microwave water, okay, and put it down on the side, at least you think the heat did it. Go and take your shower, and boil water as well on the side. Pour it in your cup, and pour the microwave water in the other cup. Make sure you mark your containers. When the water cools down, when you're taking a shower, when you're walking out, going to work, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, 18 hours, 19 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours, 22 hours, 23 hours, 24 hours, 25 hours, 26 hours, 27 hours, 28 hours, 29 hours, 30 hours, 31 hours, 32 hours, 33 hours, 34 hours, 35 hours, 36 hours, 37 hours, 38 hours, 39 hours, 40 hours, 41 hours, 42 hours, 43 hours, 44 hours, 45 hours, 46 hours, 47 hours, 48 hours, 49 hours, 50 hours, 51 hours, 52 hours, 53 hours, 54 hours, 55 hours, 56 hours, 57 hours, 58 hours, 59 hours, 60 water the other plant with microwaved water and the other one with boiled water. Okay, repeat the process in 4 days. What you'll find out is the one that you water with that microwaved water is dead.
Wow.
Right? Dead. Now, if the microwave has the power to change the water molecular structure, now the question goes to people like soup. We say, oh, I do my soup in the microwave. Yeah, so I do my tea in the microwave. Oh, I warm my milk in the microwave. Now you've got the answer. Now you know what you're doing to your food.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. It's like so overwhelming, you know. But obviously, water molecules is water molecules. But obviously, everything around that, in that water, minerals must be changed because of the microwave. And I really believe you that the plant will die. What about the one which you watered with boiled water?
It will be still alive. It will be still standing. You know, it will be still looking at you.
Wow, that's interesting. It's revelations, kind of, yeah.
Absolutely. So the other thing that I'd like to talk about with the last minutes that we have is the fats.
Okay.
The oils, the greases in our food. Well, just a few minutes and then we close up.
This is great here on Planet One. Now we are learning the real truth here. And so we have about 12 minutes left on this hour. And next time we're going to talk about obesity, how to fix ourselves about that. And for now we continue about the fats. But I also want to make you aware of, if you want to know more about what Simba is talking about, you can visit his page on Facebook and search for amazing cooking tips. And don't forget to like the page. Simba, you can talk about the fats now, what we can learn in 10 minutes.
Okay. Now, the fats, everybody knows, these are the biggest culprits. Young children, everybody of any age hate. And the fats are the ones which cause us to have those extra inches on our waistline. We put on weight because of the fats and all these things. We have many problems because of the fats. Now, many people say to me, oh, Simba, how can we cook with no oil, with no fats, with no greases? Now, I always ask them the question, why do you need all those things to cook your food with? And they say to me, oh, Simba, you can never cook with no oil. You know, the food won't taste nice. And I'm like, really? You can even do a test yourself when you get home, right? Because this has been happening for generations, where our parents, our great-grandparents, they've been passing on these traditional cooking methods, telling us you need oil to cook your onions, you need oil to cook this, you need oil to do that and this, right? And it's nice to cook in oil, but I want to challenge you, every listener there. I want you to open your cardboard now, get to your cupboard, and you open your cooking oil bottle. Right? I want you to dip in your finger in there or put the oil on a teaspoon. I'd like you to taste that and tell me, how does it taste?
Well, that sounds very interesting. I think you have to explain to us more.
So now I know many people are laughing, like the way I've done that. Look, I can't taste that. How can I taste oil? It doesn't taste nice. Now, if oil doesn't taste nice, so why do you want that stuff in your food?
Well, that's a good question.
Why do you want it in your food? Yeah, it doesn't taste nice. You can't even, if I give you a teaspoon to say, drink this, taste that, you wouldn't want to taste it. But why do you want it in your food? And you know that the fat is bad. Not only does it affect our weight, but also on our arteries, right? They did the study and they found that the issues of heart diseases and all that kind of stuff,
yes, I know.
That 1 in 3 children have a significant factor of having a heart attack by the age of 14.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And you find the artery wall blockage is found greater than 50% in kids as young as 7.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I'm
Now-
surprised to see here in Europe. Since the time I was visiting in Zimbabwe, I couldn't really see obese youngsters like from 8 to 17 years. I couldn't see them, but here in UK I can see plenty of them, obese, low confidence, and so many other stories.
Absolutely. You said it right. So that is the problem the NHS is having now. And you find that our young children are so much exposed to all these commercials, advertising, all these unhealthy foods and all that. And the other half of their time, they are actually, companies advertising medication to resolve that problem. So you find the children are vulnerable at this stage because they are tossed to and fro. And it's a really, really big problem. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to mention companies or restaurants who are doing this, but you find that because of the issue of time, mom or dad or the guardian hasn't got time to prepare the food. They tell the baby, go and buy the chippy at the chippy shop and buy the fish at the fishy shop. You find that haddock is put into butter, melted butter. And then there's the flour put on top of it with some spices to make it eatable. And if you remove all that crumb and all that kind of stuff, you find the fish and butter, you won't even feel your palm. The rest is just fat.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and you find in the chippy, remember we're talking about peeling the potatoes. The chippy has been peeled and it has been washed because the mixture of water and oil, it cooks the food quicker. Right? That's why you find if you go to some restaurants, you put those chips in the oven, it goes, wow, within 2 minutes it's out, it's already been cooked, and then they're serving it. So what that chippy does, it sucks the fat.
It's true. It's even like that when you freeze the fries, it creates water around it. So obviously it cooks faster if you freeze the fries first before you put it in the fat in the boiler.
Yeah. And that sucks fat. So you find the generation of today, I don't know about you, listener, I can tell you what you ate last night is starch and blood, which is the meats, right, and fat. This is the food people are having, starch and blood. What do you get from chips? Is starch and fat. Right, and we're eating a lot of our meats cooked in oils and fats and greases, and they're causing a lot of problems. Which I have something very amazing about diabetes, which I'm going to talk about you on the next radio program about the intramyocellular lipid, which causes diabetes. Okay, and we do away blaming carbs, that carbs causes diabetes. Now we're saying, okay, before the carbs become a problem, that we have a lot of sugars in our bloodstream, why is the sugars, the glucose, failing to exit the bloodstream to get to our cells? Then we'll talk about the intramyocellular lipid, which is caused by fat, which is very, very shocking. So guys, we don't have to cook using oils. We don't have to boil our food. We don't have to use water to cook. We don't have to use high heat when you're cooking the food. We don't have to use microwaves. If you like your family, put that microwave in the bin. You can even go on YouTube and type in microwave health effects. Then you can learn more about the microwave, how health hazard it is. And there's a lot of stuff that I'll advise most people out there. And like what Mbada has said, you can see most of the work that I'm doing. It's free of charge. You don't have to pay me. It's free. You can go on my Facebook. You type in amazing cooking tips, because what I'm doing is amazing. The goal behind this is to change people's lives. What I've seen myself, you can see my pictures, I used to be way obese. And the only thing my doctor told me about that is you have to lose weight. That's the lip service. Yeah, he told me lose weight, but I didn't know how to lose the weight. Now I had to ask myself, what made me put on the weight in the first place? And all the pictures are there on Facebook. So amazing cooking tips. You can send me a text, ask me questions, then we can arrange. If you want to see a practical demonstration, I'll buy the food for you as well and cook you a 3-course meal.
Wow, that's very good. Very good. Okay, so be in touch with us. for sure next Monday we will talk more about obesity, and I round off this hour with Warrior King, a song from him, and it's called Ain't Giving Up, and it's from 2015. See you next Monday.
Thank you very much.
Rastaman vibration ever positive. Root warrior and sound.
Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I got your works to do. Sometimes the road gets so rocky, but I got your works to do. Rasta man, live up. Don't let the system break you down. Children of Israel, live up. Don't you be taken for a circus clown. The government on my shoulder, I feel so much pressure. So many nations to feed, so many children in need. I got this weight on my shoulder, I got to be much bolder. So many people to feed, so many homeless in need. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I got your works to do. Sometimes the road gets rocky, but I got your works to do. Rasta man, live up. Don't let the system get you down. Children of Israel, live up. Don't you be taken for a circus clown. Jah give me strength, 'cause the hills don't steep. The roads are rocky and the valleys are deep. Your laws and commandments always keep. So much weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth, yo. The fittest of the fittest are surviving this time. Got to be firm and have a focused mind. None of us can turn back the hands of time. So make hay while the sun shines. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I got your works to do. Sometimes the road gets so rocky, but I got your works to do. Rasta man, live up. Don't let the system break you down. Children of Israel, live up. Don't you be taken for a circus clown. Whoa, yeah. I got this weight on my shoulder, I feel so much pressure. So many people to feed, so many homeless